Ukraine has completed, I was there over the weekend and could convince myself, well over 90% of the necessary steps that we set out last year in our report. Just to give you an idea, main progress has been achieved on the constitutional justice reform, on the selection of the High Council of Justice, the anti-corruption programme, progress on anti-money laundering, important measures to curb the oligarchs' grip on the public life, new media law, and progress on national minorities. And on this basis, we have recommended today that the Council opens accession negotiations. We also recommend that the Council adopts a negotiating framework once Ukraine has carried out the ongoing reforms.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky described the European Commission's recommendation as the right step in history. This is a pure positive. Despite all the difficulties, we are moving forward. Already in December, we expect a political decision from the European Council. Ukrainians have always been and remain part of our common European family. Our country must be in the European Union. Ukrainians deserve it both for their defense of European values and for the fact that even in times of full-scale war, we keep our word and develop state institutions. All the necessary decisions are being adopted. EU leaders are expected to decide on whether to accept the Commission's recommendation at a summit in December. The recommendation is an important milestone on Ukraine's road to Western integration and a geopolitical gambit for the EU, as Ukraine has been fighting against a large-scale Russian invasion since February of 2022.
In the end, some kind of settlement will have to be found before the country can join. The tricky thing is how to ensure that there is a settlement without giving Putin veto power over Ukraine's European accession. I myself think it's rather important that the EU doesn't set as a precondition anything that could become something that's controlled by Moscow. You want to set as preconditions for accession things that are controlled from Kiev, not from Moscow.
The European Commission made a similar recommendation for Moldova, Ukraine's neighbor. It also said Georgia should receive the status of a membership candidate once it meets certain conditions. Additionally, it said the EU should begin membership talks with Bosnia and Herzegovina once the necessary degree of compliance with the membership criteria is achieved.